Dave tested things to the 500 bits. And let's get in game. Top right side of the map. I believe Protoss player here in the semi-final of the ESL Open Cup Europe. So this is on the European server. So this should prefer him in that regard, at least. It is a MaxPax. Taking on the bottom left. Red Terran player. This is Time. Let's see what he can do. Just 2-1 Hero Marine. Having some good runs in these Open Cups, man. Chinese guys playing on Europe. I think about 200 ping. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think it's about 200. Might be a bit worse. Sometimes they prefer Europe to NA, just because I think their connections can work better over here. It's kind of like an interesting kind of fact, I suppose, that's not, I guess, super well known. But that doesn't mean that this ping is good for them, right? Like, the ping still kind of sucks, let's be realistic. As we do have our probies making their way out down to the bottom left of the map, so MaxPax looking for some early information as we get this one started up and get this underway for now. See where things are going to be going. Obviously game number 1 of this best of 3, and these guys played last week in the finals, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't see that series, but I believe MaxPax 3-0'd, if I'm not mistaken. Please in chat correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's obviously a pretty cool result from Time just to get to the finals, with MaxPax showing up and being very strong. I believe they weren't even long games. I didn't see it, but I saw the replays, and I saw the replays were all very small file sizes, so I was like, oh yeah. And that was not a long series for best of 5. So I'm pretty sure it's MaxPax Pro, but like I say, please correct me if I'm wrong, because I guess a lot more of that is more assumption based than maybe it should be. Maybe I should have just watched the games. This caster doesn't even watch the games, huh? Yeah, well, I wasn't here. This time last week I was recovering from the fact I had managed to have some nightmare travel home from Homestuck. It wasn't that bad, but it definitely wasn't fun either. So, yeah. Oh my god, every time I tap on my keyboard to like open production tab and stuff, Ellie's like, oh, you get my toy? You get my toy? No, Ellie. You can't have the toy back because you ate the toy. Yes. Go play with the other toy. The other toy's still alive. She got a crocodile, and the crocodile she ate the foot off of already, but the rest of it's still intact, so that one's still usable should she be toy hunting. Anyways. Yeah, she's kind of staring me down like I'm the bad guy right now. Alright, so, I mean, a little bit of Reaper harass. We do see 2 extra gates straight away here from MaxPax. 1 being across the map as well, so really pretty aggressive here from MaxPax against, well, not a 1 base, but like, it was initially kind of set up on 1 base that CCs and the high ground stuff. So MaxPax just wants to apply some pressure with a lot of units, and Reactive Marines at least should be good against this, but moving on to the map shouldn't be. I mean, this Adept obviously would like to get that Reaper, isn't going to be allowed. The micro there from Time was on point, was exactly what it needed to be. Let's see, our Twilight Council is coming online, and that's going to give MaxPax some tech options behind this, but he needs to find some value here. If you don't get anything done with this, you are generally going to be a little bit behind, so then you're going to have to really work your way back into it. I'm just going to be seeing our new Adept starting to shade on in, so looking to try and get some damage done. Cyclone gets a lock on. These Adepts taking quite some hits. Oh, this was actually a pretty hefty shutdown, though. That's pretty good from Time. I mean, this puts him in a great spot. He's going to find the proxy gate. There's no blink for a long time still. If you depower this proxy gate and counterattack across the map, I mean, MaxPax is in some serious trouble. You see an extra pylon going up, so it's not like depowered super easily. As you do have Time, he's kind of poised to kind of fight here. Oh, he's actually going to catch the units that try to defend it. It was almost a bit of a bait, right? He's almost like, oh, look, you know, I've just got a Viking here. Come protect it. And then he's like going to catch one of these Stalkers. That's now 2. And this is looking to be 3. If he stays in range with the Cyclone, he gets 3 Stalkers. Oh my goodness, MaxPax is in so much trouble here. As I thought that Stalker was going to get the Cyclone. It does, but now the Cyclone gets revenge for its Cyclone bro. Oh no, this is game over, I think. Can you actually defend this right now? Probe's gonna go down, this pylon will die, that's another gate depowered, no battery online. I mean, this is really bad. I mean, this is at least a pro pull. I mean, you're about to have Blink, so it's about to get a little teeny tiny bit better, but with only 2 Stalkers. Okay, 2 more from the other side. 5 Stalkers here in total. And I like that we're pulling the probes away. He's saying, I kind of believe in my Stalkers alone. I don't necessarily need the probes to defend this. Now the probes start taking some heavy fire. The Reaper and a Marine go up the ramp. That's Stalker still just about living. There's another pretty big deal as we come back around. Again, Stalker still surrounding. These units continuing to go down. 13 probes have fallen. It's just going to see our tank and a few Marines joining back up together. Yeah, I mean, at this point, even if you haven't ended the game with this, right, you're in just a fab position to continue through and to get more done and to, well, probably start ending the game sooner rather than later. Next push from Time is going to be very scary once he has Stim. That gives MaxPax a bit of time, but I mean, it still doesn't, you know, he's still got to come back from the eco deficit and everything, right? So, you know, he's still definitely playing, you know, from behind in that regard. That's definitely going to be very tough. Charge is going to be done soon, so just bringing that online. And I guess with that charge finishing, we'll have maybe some opportunity here for MaxPax, at least to maybe clean up an army or two. I mean, Time has to be a little bit careful with his fights, right? He can't be overly crazy. That is something to watch out for here, I suppose. See in a moment just how this is gonna pan out still, as we do have our SCVs just cranking out this mine on this natural. There's so many SCVs there. Time has not invested into that 3rd CC. Oh, yeah, he has. It's just not. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It's right on the bottom of the screen. So 3rd CC right there. So we do have a 3rd CC at least coming online, so we have that to play with. That does help. It's something. Yep, I said something. Great explanation. As you can see our tank sieging up, Bioforce pushing these Stalkers away. Stalkers getting shoved out of here. Just going to be seeing our tanks again sieging up right now. Depot going down. There's a little bit of bio just going to stem to the bottom side. Going to grab a pylon straight away as well. Just going to pick up on that, make that a 2nd pylon too. Very nice to depower this gate one more time. MaxPax actually supply blocked from it as well, so kind of a serious deal. Right, like, that does kind of have an impact. This time now gets his own 3rd online, and yeah, just a little bit supply blocked actually, and as he comes out of the supply block, he gets instantly supply blocked again. He sees the sentries here. Is this not a warning sign that MaxPax is setting up to be hyper-aggressive? I guess you're not worried because obviously you just denied the pylons there, so you kind of know that even if he wants to be, he can't really be. Yeah, I mean, this Prism's going to be zoned out by that turret in the main base as well, so honestly just good positioning from Time all around. And this is genuinely looking as though we're going to have ourselves a pretty convincing in number 1 from Time. I mean, again, just good defense. The attack of MaxPax really not getting anywhere. Got a couple of simulators down. Liberator on the edge is going to pick off a handful of probes. Stalker trying to fight back, chew through this Liberator now. If you can pick this off, then, well, that's nice at least. Time's not got much of a defense against these Zealots. He's got a massive army movement on the right side of the map, so he's currently working around that. And there's a few Biounits do show up to fight these Zealots off and start shoving them down, and yeah, I mean, he's already going to get here. Actually kills this base. That's not a cancel if I'm not mistaken, so base killed pretty much immediately is kind of expensive too, right? Just putting MaxPax into more and more trouble. He's moments away from Storm. Does Storm save you in this situation? I mean, it can save you in this situation, right? Like, good Storms will always help, but obviously Time kind of has to let these Storms be good as well. I feel like he's playing very nicely, just splitting away, just letting a few units go forward. Not being too crazy. These Widow Mines are going to hit well. The tank should be target firing, maybe the High Templar, maybe the Stalkers. I feel like that fight could have gone a little better here from Time. A bit of target fire would have gone a long way. I mean, he could have probably killed the High Templar before they... I mean, maybe not before they stormed, but he could have killed them before they... before the tanks died, and then you've at least taken down the High Templar, and that's a pretty big deal as well. So maybe a little bit sad about that, I suppose. Those two HTs just left. Back on the top, they're kind of sad. They're like, well, what do we do now? There's nothing for us to do. Time has a new army to the left, and he's obviously got the drop still poised there to maybe strike the main base. So he really just has this multi-pronged threat, and I believe there's actually no storms online right now because we obviously, okay, there's 2 High Templar in the natural, this battery goes down, this Archon melts as well. Doesn't last long at all. One of my shots actually doing a pretty decent amount of friendly fire. We kill the base though. That's why Time eats that friendly fire. He's so eager to just sit there and deal damage to the base when it's so low. The drop's never made it to the main base, but at this point in time is 9 bases left, right, and center, and eventually should just be able to outmass and do very well here. I think he's looking very good for this game number 1 again. I mean, it's been Time all over from the start, really. And it still is kind of all about Time right now, too, so let's see if MaxPax can get something done on, like, one last-ditch effort. There is a few units missing from Time because he's got the units dropping into the main, but that's obviously just going to force MaxPax into a tough position as well. It definitely doesn't help MaxPax out, right? The fact, I mean, yeah, it gives him some chance over here, and the army supplies are getting close. The drop over in that main base, let's just quickly check on it. Zealots are kind of dealing with it. It's doing better than I thought. Well, let's see what we can do here. We're just going to have this Bioforce trying to hang on. I mean, it's still just 3 bases from Time. He's actually got a pylon going down there. That's actually a pretty nasty pylon to lose, obviously, powering all of these gates. So it shuts down some of the reinforcements. It actually does go kind of a long way to helping out right now. It's going to come through and he's going to chase this prism away. MaxPax. For a few moments there, it kind of looked scary again, right? Like, for Time, it kind of looked like MaxPax was maybe getting something done. Just not quite enough. All said and done, GG. Top left. Our Blue Pros player from Psystorm is going to be MaxPax. Bottom right. Our red Terran player is Time. Time a game in the lead in this semi-final. It is only best of 3 in the semis nowadays, of course. Just in case you've not watched for a while in the Open Cups, they used to be best of 5 semis. When the prize money got cut down to $400 again, they went back to best of 3s. Ooh, I'm excited to see who comes out on this one, guys. I think this one's going to be kind of exciting. I do feel like, obviously, if MaxPax doesn't play like a weirder start, then there's a bit of a better chance for Time for himself, because Time really just defended the start very well last time, right? CC on the natural. Yeah, Reaper. Coming along. And it's going to be making its way towards this main in a few moments' time to try and scout out just what is happening. Obviously, not really much of interest just yet. Pretty chilled out situation as that Reaper gets chased away by the Adept. There's a Twilight Council just dropping down, so MaxPax playing into that blink early. Again, no shenanigans off multiple gateways, trying to pressure or anything. This is MaxPax much more so focused on getting set up into, like I say, a little bit of his tech here. And actually getting into a proper position this time around. Zep gets over, actually picks up an SCV. Take it 2, not bad on the first Adept. does go down, though. So Adept dies, but for 2 SCVs, I think you're pretty content with that. 2 SCVs is very affordable. Widowmine pops out the factory. And our second Widowmine coming through. Obviously, it's going to be potentially 3 mines before Medevac's out, so pretty high potential for a scary mine drop to come on through here. We'll see how that's dealt with on the side of MaxPax. Generally pretty good at dealing with those drops, otherwise, I mean, you're not a top-end European Protoss if you don't deal with mine drops well, right? So, shouldn't be too much of an issue, but of course, there's always that opportunity for things to go wrong. Also going to be seeing our gateway finishing up at the front and just going to be having our blink completing in a few moments' time. And again, robot facility is going to be popping out in just a few short moments as well now. I'm going to give MaxPax some potential for 3 gates to be at least a little bit aggressive, right? I mean, getting across the map with 3 gates of Stalkers can absolutely give you some opportunity, can absolutely give you a chance to get some damage done, so keeping our eyes out for that. A few of these Stalkers actually coming up around this top side at the moment, and just going to blink in. I like this little bit of harassment, and that's not a position which I think we're currently set up to deal with here on the side of Time. Tank is going to siege. Marines are firing. Jumps on the tank straight away. That means these Stalkers don't really have a good way out, but do they need a good way out? It doesn't feel like there's an army here from Time who is going to drop across the map. Widowmines are going to get dodged. 2 probes only. We should save these, really. I think Time has to save them to be in an okay position. Oh my god, that one Marine actually kills off a Stalker. That's actually kind of cute. There's a lot of SCVs running around. Silly, though. It's only a 6-7 worker lead from MaxPax. Obviously, a lot of lost mining time from Time as well. I thought that was going to be way worse for Time. Like, this felt really bad. He actually lost the medevac and the mines, however, so didn't get a second drop off with those. I think that is very unfortunate. Extra Stalkers warping in, and away we go into this main as they go to blink straight through for the tank, but this time we're actually going to be okay. Stim is up, and that's a pretty huge advantage. Really creates the power to push this back quickly and easily. As that Prism is going to pull back a little bit, and actually going to set up another warp in for the moment. Extra gates, charge on the way. Obviously, MaxPax gets to a 3rd base behind all of this, and this is why I guess I do worry for Time a little bit, making sure he can get to a 3rd base in still somewhat of a competitive timing here. And there's an SCV on that top side, and these few Marines coming through. Not going to be able to do too much just yet. I'm going to pull back a little bit as our tanks starting to press forward. These Marines have to go running as well. Get out of there for the moment, you know. Stay safe for a little bit. Bunker actually does stay alive, though, as MaxPax is still just trying to be aggressive everywhere. I mean, MaxPax loves to play like this. In your face, aggressive, just not letting you play your own game. You know, he really doesn't want you to kind of get comfortable. He doesn't want you to be, you know, okay in this kind of a game, right? He just wants to be everywhere now. He is actually having his Prism Chase in the main. He's probably going to get this bunker. These few Stalkers in the main base probably stuck. He's going to recall them, but I think we only get 1 out. Wow, he got 2. The last one was very low HP. It was very close to going down. These Stalkers at the front still causing chaos. 7 SCVs actually went down here, and this is where Time is falling quite heavily behind on the work account. 45 SCVs currently left against 63 probes. 3rd CC is coming online. And the problem is I feel like his units are kind of getting kind of battered as well. And because his units are ending up pretty battered here, it means he doesn't really have much counter-attacking potential to say, hey, look, you're giving up a lot of units to be doing this so far. Here's me able to kind of actually fight back and take out some of those Stalkers, etc. I think that would actually be kind of nice to see. Coming through, Stalker's getting shoved away for the moment and just going to be having our CC lifting off. I'm going to move over to the In-base expand. I mean, at least the in-base expansion is a safe place to expand to, and I mean, you already have to kind of defend that position with how MaxPax has been playing, right? So it's kind of cool, I suppose. CC will land on the third location, and well, meanwhile, MaxPax has just gone up to his fourth base already, so he really doesn't care so far. You've seen the Zealot gonna go after that Marine. Extra Zealot Stalker over here is setting up. Here comes the Bioforce. A couple wooden mines coming through as well, ready to stim onto this base. I mean, nothing here for MaxPax. Recall potentially over here. As we do lose the cannon, he's actually gonna get a warp in his Zealots. We actually hit this pylon down. The other pylon wasn't in range of the full warp in, so only 2 Zealots actually got out of there. It's actually kind of a big deal. As this Nexus might go down, it's exactly what Time needs. A Nexus kill, a bunch of probes, it's perfect. It's just enough to bring him back in this game, I think. Because it didn't cost him anything either. Those units get to stay alive, they get to go hide in the corner, and maybe come back again later. MaxPax supply block too, so this is continuing to cause disruption to his play. Yeah, it's actually a really sick little play from Time. That drop was really, really spot on, and MaxPax just so wasn't ready for it. Yeah, especially when this game's been tough and MaxPax has been applying all of this pressure. I think it's really important that happens. We actually have this Bioforce here currently defending pretty well, honestly. You want to try and get that sentry to get rid of the Guardian Shield, but it might not even be needed. As that last Storm completely misses as well. High Templar will die. Wow. What a huge defense from Time. And he's back over here because he knows the main force is over there. We got this Zealot. These units are kind of low HP, I'd say, is the only real issue right now. I feel like this Wooden Mine doesn't want to go off on probes. It could have gone off on these Zealots and been more useful. He actually got a second round of probes, though, so it was better than I thought. Might lose one Medivac, but yeah, still has a Medivac and Marauders out alive, which seems very reasonable considering the situation as well. Fire coming through again. Another Zealot going down here, and it feels like Time is taking control of this game. For all of the chaos and confusion MaxPax likes to create in these games, it kind of now feels like it's backfiring against him. It's not going as well as it was before. It definitely doesn't feel as comfortable as it once did for MaxPax in these games. And these Wooden Mines left alive as well. No cannon in range, so they get to fire one more time. Maybe even again. And MaxPax trying to take the gold. I like that as a choice in terms of getting back in it, but it's also a very dangerous play, right? Because that is 100% something which is now out in the open, very easy for Time to get to deny. Definitely think that's something to be kind of worried about as well, though, if you're MaxPax having to defend. And where's the army to defend it? It's in the middle of the map. It's going to start coming south. I don't think you defend this in time, guys. The mines burrow up right on top of the Nexus, which defends against the recall here. Oh, it's a massive storm, though. We lift up. We lose a full Medivac due to the storm still being active as well. That was... The first, I don't think it was bad for Time to sit in the storm, but losing the Medivac kind of hurts. I mean, he gets rid of the gold, though. Again, denying these bases is very good for him as he's moving out to take his own fourth base. He's getting that kind of, like, quadrilateral setup, right? He's taking this pocket expand, so he's really just defending a very small area of the map. To be able to be on this amount of bases is really nice. It really feels very comfortable for you as a Terran. So I don't think MaxPax is going to be able to play his kind of all-around, all-over crazy style anymore. I think he's going to have a lot more trouble with that from here on out. And if that's the case, maybe this is where Time wins this game as he gets up to a very high-tech army. I mean, MaxPax is teching up to an army that can deal with larger fights as well, don't get me wrong. It's a very exciting game, guys. This really could go almost anywhere. I'm kind of surprised to see MaxPax fighting already. The flank is actually going to be pretty big. The storm is really important there. He EMPs to stop the second storm. Oh, this surround is massive. Stalker's trying to blink away. This was not a fight. MaxPax wanted to take. Archon going down. Zealots are falling. This army of Time will chase across the map. Prism gets chased as well. And we are going to take that down. The rest of the Bioforce continuing across to the other side. I'm just going to be seeing a few Marines coming in for those Stalkers. That Colossus rallying from the main base, I believe. Dead as well. I think this is it, guys. I think this is going to be Time looking for the 2-0 to move into the finals here. Well, I mean, it could be some TvT against Clem, it could be a Zerg, Lambo or Laser were playing in that quarterfinal, didn't get an update on that score yet. We'll check on that, obviously, when we come out of this game. As we just stem through GG's, and Time gets the 2-0 over MaxPax. Big win for him. And such a